morning, darling.
Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Christmas list.
It is the Christmas list.
It's a Christmas list, yeah. And today we are making
Linzer biscuits.
Linzer biscuits. Everyone loves a Linzer biscuit.
Gotta love a JAMMIE biscuit.
Exactly. It's like a posh jammy dodger, let's be honest. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what are we doing?
It's a very simple recipe, basically. So, it's done in a food processor.
Okay. You named our food processor.
I've named most of my
Most of the inanimate objects in our house have got names.
Exactly. This is Kitty.
Kitty the KitchenAid. Okay.
And we've got Maureen the mixer.
Maureen the mixer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So, anyway, let's get on with these Linzer biscuits. Excuse me, my voice has gone a bit queer today.
Yeah, you've been talking too much.
I think you've been working too hard.
But probably have. I'll get your margarita later and I might help.
All right,
yeah.
right. So basically, all you do is, it's all done in a food processor. So you put your flour.
With plain flour. All the ingredients will be listed below as usual.
Icing sugar.
Icing sugar, yeah, this makes a difference.
Well,
icing
that will
sugar,
make
not
it
pasta.
more sort of short.
Yeah,
Ground almonds.
yep, because it's an almondy kind of biscuit.
Butter.
See that?
Cubed.
I weighed that, I cubed it, and I put it in the fridge so it's cold. There you go.
There we go.
No, I'm quite useful around the house occasionally. I'm very good for getting stuff off top shelves as well in supermarkets. A little bit of...
Can you
open jars? Yeah, a little bit of...
vanilla
milk,
extract.
can't do everything. That's a hard one.
This is vanilla extract.
I will get it open in a minute for you.
Well, let's use the paste.
We'll use the paste, okay. As I was trying to be organised. Yeah, because I got greasy hand after cutting the bone butter, that's good.
Right, so a teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Yep, you can use cinnamon if you want to make it more Christmassy. We just happen to like vanilla biscuits, yeah.
So a teaspoon of that goes in.
Okay.
Put the lid on that would be great.
Do that.
A quarter of a teaspoon of salt.
Yeah, that's a little bit. The butter is normal butter. We did check. It doesn't say
It's
unsalted.
not unsalted today.
Fine.
And what we're going to do is put the lid on and pulse it until this lot resembles breadcrumbs.
Okay.
So excuse the noise.
Oh, I like the pulse of that.
You like the pulse?
Oh, weird. Yeah. That's like the Christmas and birthday all together, that is. Wow. Can I sit on my table?
Stop being rude.
just sit on
It's
the
a
table.
family channel, for God's sake, man.
It's just like a roller coaster.
Just put that over.
Glad we haven't got the wash machine on as well. Rolled across the room at the same time.
Right, I think that's breadcrumbs.
Yeah, that's breadcrumbs.
Now, the next thing you do is you add your egg yolks and you pulse again until it starts sort of coming together. Now, if your egg yolks are not sufficient to bring it together, you can add a tiny bit of water.
Yeah.
So that
We're
you
using
bring it
medium
together.
eggs. Pretty much we use medium eggs for most things now.
In go the egg yolks. Pulse again. So I'm going to add a tiny bit of water into that.
Okay. So, Linzer biscuits or Linzer cookies, they come from Austria. Come from the town of Linz, where they make the Linzer torte. Did you know that they invented the Linzer biscuit from the offcuts of the Linzer torte?
I do now because you told me this
I know.
morning.
I told you 10 minutes, yeah.
Outside.
Yeah. There you go.
And there is your dough.
Absolutely.
So what you do now is you flour a work surface, turn it out, and basically split into two and make 2 discs.
Okay.
And then you wrap them in cling film and you put them in the fridge for an hour.
Yeah, they've got to chill down so you can then cut them out.
So
Easy peasy. This is the kind of thing that you can do with the kids, really.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, if you are one of these people that likes to give handmade gifts at Christmas, or maybe this year you're thinking about giving handmade gifts because you can't afford anything else, who doesn't love a Linzer biscuit?
Yeah, they last about 3 days, so the kind of things you need to basically go take with you. You know, hi mum, how you doing? Here's my bits and biscuits for you in a lovely little wrapped up bag. Get them out, put the cup of kettle on and we'll have a cup of tea.
But
That kind of thing.
the fact is that they're so quick to make, apart from leaving them to cool,
chill out.
yeah. It's a very, it's not a time-consuming, laborious issue, is it?
What did I teach you? Yeah, get that out first.
Yeah,
Let's not play
that's
around
the
with that.
problem.
Right, so we're going to roll this out. We'll show you how that's done, and then we'll come back after we've chilled it all down.
So what I've done is tip it out and then roll it into sort of a short log shape so that I can get an equal amount, because obviously you're cutting out the same size top as you are bottom.
Yeah, Linzer biscuits are a sandwich.
Yeah, and then the tiny bit out of the middle. So you sort of need 2 lots the same type of size. And then we're going to make it into a round. And I'm not even going to roll it, I'm just going to press it into a disc like that. Do the same with the other one. Right, and I'm going to wrap those 2 in cling film and they're going in the fridge.
Okay.
So,
Hi everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to another day.
yes, it is another day.
I know. I blame myself.
Good.
Okay,
because it
all
was
my
totally
fault.
your fault. As you remember yesterday, I put my little discs in the fridge to
Yes, you
chill
did.
for half an hour.
If you did.
And then what happened,
well,
John?
we chilled for half an hour.
No, you decided to make a cocktail.
Well, because we have to make videos when we can.
Right.
To get enough videos done for Christmas, yes? So, we made margaritas, did we not?
We did.
That was fun.
Ooh,
I did say it was strong. It's a strong one.
it's one of them that we want to put that body paste.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're out already or they'll be out just after this. You did like them.
I wasn't keen that it was weird.
Yeah, it certainly had a weird effect on you.
It certainly did.
Very quickly.
Let's just say the pastry's been in the fridge now for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I had a very long sleep.
But they are supposed to be a bit of a party animal drink.
I swear to God, I could. That was one. I drank one.
One. Yeah, only one. Yeah.
And I was gone.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
tequila is the
such a-
work of the devil, is it not,
It
love?
is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm such a cheap date, though.
You are. One drink and you're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, one smallest drink and you might be all right. One drink and slightly more and you're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I think it's the medication. It's all that various types of medication you're on. It doesn't really help, does it?
well, it certainly didn't help yesterday. Anyway.
It was fun. So we're back. We're back doing Linzer cookies today. Part 2.
So these little discs have been in the fridge for 24 hours now. I've got them out about 3/4 of an hour ago just to soften up a bit because obviously they were really hard then. So all you're going to do now is put some flour on your table or whatever you're working on. Take one of your discs.
So the point of this is to create an even amount of biscuit.
Yeah. Now, I've got 2 baking sheets lined with non-stick foil. They're going to go onto there. The thing that we are doing, because it's Christmas, we didn't want to do just plain roundy ones.
Circles.
So we bought some heart-shaped
Yeah, we didn't have stars, so we're doing hearts.
cookie cutters. So I suspect that the heart shape that we're using is much bigger than the 6
Yeah, they are.
centimetres
They are.
circle that they're saying.
The problem is you need to make a smaller version inside the top
Absolutely.
of one of them. And the smallest we've got in hearts meant that we needed quite a large back, otherwise it'd be no biscuit.
You could have done rounds with
Yeah,
just a little
rounds.
heart cut out, but even if you use the size cutters that they're saying, our little heart cutter would be too big.
Yeah, and our round would be too big as well. I
So-
mean, to be honest, you can use anything. You don't have to have proper cutters. You can get a mug out of the cupboard and do them. As long as you've got one that's quite tiny, quite small to go on the inside.
The actual recipe recommends that you use something like a fondant moulding
All right,
cutter.
tiny ones.
Yeah. But obviously,
We're just going to do what we can.
so you need to roll it to about 3 millimetres, so quite thin.
Yeah, because in the end, you're going to make a double biscuit.
Absolutely.
So if they're thick, you end up with a double massive cake.
And you're going to re-roll all your trimmings because we're not going to waste any.
Yeah, and the idea is you need an even amount because, let's be honest, you've got to use 2 on each one.
You put them onto your baking sheet.
Okay, carry on doing that. So we'll pop back in a second when we've done this. So all you're going to do is going to re-roll that again and recut.
And I'm going to do the same with the second
Same on the
piece.
other one.
So the actual dough is very, very soft. So I can see exactly why you need to fridge it before you try and roll it. And the more you handle it, the softer it gets. So it's a real tricky one. I've made, how many have I made? About a dozen, if that.
Yeah, probably about a dozen. Completely anyway.
Yeah. So what I've done is once you've put them onto your baking sheet, you need to put them back in the fridge to chill again for another 20 minutes. I haven't cut out the tiny little holes or the holes in the middles because it's so soft at the minute. It's just as soon as you touch it, it's going out of shape. So I'm going to leave it in the fridge for 20 minutes. And then when I get them out, before I put them in the oven, I will take out
We'll do
the
the
little
uppercut.
cooker.
Yeah, it's something you've got to work pretty quickly
Yeah.
with this. And we have actually got quite a warm house right now. Been a lot of sunlight again through the windows. So one of those things.
So 20 minutes, and then we're going to cut the middles out, and then we need to heat our oven to 160 fan.
Yep.
And they're going to bake for about 12 to 15 minutes. But you need to keep an eye on them because they need to be just vaguely like golden brown. You don't want them like really golden brown. And then we'll do the jammy bit. So I'll just tidy up and we'll be back. Okay, so the biscuits have had their time in the fridge. They've firmed up again, and I've cut out the little heart shapes that we're going to put in the middle. I'm keeping the little heart shapes because they'll be lovely little biscuits.
Many biscuits.
So the oven is set at 160 and they're going into the oven for about 12 minutes, but I'm going to keep a really close eye on them because you just don't know how your oven's going to react. So in they go.
Right then, Diane, what they look like?
They're done, I think.
They're
Some,
done, yeah.
some of them are obviously browner than others, but that's just the way things
They
go.
look good. That's predominantly the solid bases.
Absolutely.
And over there right now are the holes. They're going to be tricky because there's a lot more hole than biscuit. So maybe that's one reason why you have small holes.
Exactly. So it's quite likely that ours are going to go wrong, they're going to break, but they will taste lovely no matter what.
Yeah, the technique is right.
So as you can see, I've put jam on the bases.
Yep.
Lovely.
We've also kept the little pieces. We're going to put some icing sugar on those in a minute.
Yeah. Now with these bits, the bits with the
Yeah.
holes in, you need to dust heavily with icing sugar now.
Before you put them onto the...
Before you put them on the top and before they go back in the oven.
Oh, that's a skill. Okay.
So,
Oh yeah, I suppose because otherwise the ice sugar would just go all over the jam.
absolutely.
Perfect. Okay, so this is the skill now. It says carefully. Obviously, we're going to have to be very careful with ours. It says press down with them.
Lightly.
Lightly. Well,
And do things very lightly.
yeah. Or said ours is have a likelihood to crack because they're not. They don't have a lot of support.
But they're doing good.
Doing good so far.
You put your lids on. Press them down slightly, but
Just so it
obviously
holds onto the jam, really, I guess.
very slightly.
Because we've got quite a lot of jam on it.
With regards to the jam, you need to use a smooth jam. So not
Yeah.
strawberry jam with loads of bits of fruit in it.
We went with just the basic Heartless smooth jam, I believe.
Raspberry
No
flavour.
bits. Yeah. We're using raspberry, but you can use raspberry, strawberry, apricot. I think the real ones from the actual Linz, they even use Nutella. Some people even use Nutella on them.
So those are our
look good.
biscuits. Now you need to put them back in the oven for 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes.
But I would keep an eye on them because obviously they're already cooked. So all you're doing
It's
is
all
really
about that
cooking
top
the jammy bit. So in they go.
We also dusted these as well, which are going to pop onto another little tray just for fun.
So here they are out of the oven. And the next job is to try and get them off of the tray and onto
A rack.
a rack to cool completely.
Check you can't talk, actually concentrating.
Now, our icing sugar was a golden icing sugar, and it's actually gone quite golden, so you can hardly see that there is icing sugar on there, but there is.
They're looking really good. I will say we did have a little tiny test of the ones we just toasted with sugar. They are lovely.
If you like shortbread,
yeah,
you're gonna love these.
They're like super duper posh shortbread.
And there we go.
I've got to say, that's a success.
So we ended up with 10.
We did. Yeah, remember ours are quite large.
Yeah, so if you do the right size that the magazine is telling you to, you should get probably a good dozen out of it.
Yeah, but we've got about, well, we've got 10 of those as well, which
yeah.
are quite nice. Just as little biscuits, they're quite nice. I've tied this in quite tight, sorry, it's got top of my head in there.
Not a problem.
But they look lovely.
We're going to leave them now to cool completely, and then we'll come back and do a taste test in a little while.
We will. They look good. They do. Sorry about it's a bit dark here. We've got a problem with bright light right now. But you'll be seeing on pictures how good they are. Good?
Fab.
They're like super ultra posh jam tarts, aren't they?
They're very light.
They are.
Really buttery.
Yeah, kind of melts in your mouth, doesn't it?
Yeah, literally melt in your mouth.
The jam's kind of set now. Only took a few minutes. Got a lovely snap to them. Well worth it. And like we actually said, not actually that complicated. Just a little bit of sitting around letting things go cool every time.
And I can see why, excuse me talking with my mouth full, because there's so much butter in it. Every time you handle it, it warms up and it gets really soft. So chilling is absolutely the key.
They are lovely. I think they said it would last about 3 days in an airtight container. But quite frankly, they ain't gonna last 5 minutes. So, yeah, like I said, it got very dark.
So, thank you for joining us again. I hope you enjoyed this next one. If you're not subscribed, please do so and hit your notification bell. Give us a thumbs up if you like Linzer cookies. Have a go and tell us how you go with it. John?
What?
That's my bit.
No.
Come back and join us soon on Big Ugly World. We're putting out daily content at the minute, so every day, 4 o'clock, come and join us. Bring a cup of tea and a Linzer biscuit.
Very nice.
Absolutely.
Bye, buddy.
Bye for now.